Lyor Cohen, yo, what was cool about Lyor and the Def Jam setup, which was so brilliant, is, yeah, back in the days, it was just kind of weird when you had Russell as the label and then Lyor as your manager, and you had to negotiate a deal, you know, between the two. I give you an example. I always thought the funny thing was, all right, Paul, and I'm just making up these numbers. I'm not saying this is what I got paid. Just making it up. All right, Paul, your price to produce this a record or song is 25 grand. I'm like, cool, and I do it for whatever the label. Then, you know, let's say I do something on Def Jam. Your price for producing a record is 3 grand. Yo, I was like, what? Numbers don't lie. It was a clear 3 grand and 25 grand is like a lifestyle away. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you do like 3 or 4 songs, it's a lifestyle away. You know what I'm saying? And one of my heavier interactions with Lyor, besides those things I had to deal with, was I had this record label in the early 90s called Doodoo Man Records. I didn't want to do the label at all. Like, I was content with producing De La. I just did third bass, Kane and Latifah and all that. So I was way beyond where I wanted to be in life anyway. So I remember Russell was starting this label called RAL. And I would randomly just get a call between Russell and Lyor. RAL, which is called Rush Associated Labels, which was an offshoot of Def Jam. Yeah, I think Columbia was distributed on Sony at the time. I really don't remember, because I remember they changed distributions. Thinking back, it's pretty flattering. And when I was a kid, it was like, why do you keep calling me? It's like, hey, Paul, it's about time to start your own record label. It's like, nah, I don't want to do it. Come on, man. Just think, man, your own label. Nah, I'm all right. A couple hours later, yo, Paul, man, the label. Get a call from my lawyer. You know, they want to offer you this label. So it's went for a while. And I was like, I don't want to do it. So I remember Russell and Lyor called me up, and I was like, all right, I'll do the label, because I thought it'd be, I was like, you know what? I'll just get a bunch of my friends and I'll just make records with them. I mean, it's like working with De La. It's like getting your friends. And he's like, they're like, okay. I was like, but I'll do it under one condition. He's like, what? I want to call my label Doodoo Man Records. Yo, you should have heard just the tone drop. Really? Can you just like call like Prince Paul Records or something? Like, nope. This is how young and stupid I am. I'm like a kid. Nope, it's gotta be Doodoo Man. And that's why I want to make the record label. And reluctantly can hear it in their voice. All right, that's what you want. Okay. So I got my friends. We had this group, Resident Alien. Record never came out. Another friend of mine named Mike Deluxe. His record never came out. Mike Deluxe record was really good. Resident Alien album was interesting. But I remember trying to put out the Resident Alien record. Here goes something that I know that Russell and Lyor didn't like. Like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do the label. I get the record done. Russell and them clearly don't like the record I made. They're like, why don't you make another 3 Feet High and Rise? And I can't duplicate my own records. I don't know how to do that. They were just, I'm debating with them on putting these records out. They were like, so they kind of shelved me for a while. But then there was a bunch of other artists on that label that they tried to shelve. Or they was kind of putting off to the side. Things like Downtown Science and whoever else was on that label at the time, right? This is how I got off the label. I was like, yo, I was talking to Third Base and everybody who wasn't like LL, who was popping, who was big, LL, maybe PMD, Slick Rick. Everybody had the priority status. I was like, yo, I got them all together. I was like, yo, we need to make a union of all this other little artists who don't get what we want. We need to team together. And I remember someone was with it. Yeah, let's do it. I remember one person, like I say his name, I remember he's like, no, I don't know. He was a little scared. I was like, you crazy? You got no power as an individual. We got to team up. Man, I think Russell got wind of that. I got a call one day at my house. And he said, yo, Paul, apparently not happy with the label. I come to find out. We're gonna, if you want to go, we're gonna let you go, okay? Yo, it was probably within like a week later of me trying to unionize Def Jam, Def Jam artists, man. I don't know if they were related. It just seems like a coincidence, you know what I'm saying? But I went to his house. I remember the apartment. I think it used to be Cher's apartment. He had like stone furniture in there, which is bizarre, right? And he's like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna talk to your lawyer and let you go. I was like, well, it's still like, things I need to finish. He's like, don't worry about it. I can let you go. And that was it. And I got off the label, man. Trying to unionize. I was talking about things like, we need health care. We need blah, blah, blah. Cass wasn't thinking about that back then. I think that would have worked because we had power in numbers. It's like, let's get our records put out and let's get just little simple perks. Anytime I mentioned healthcare in any record label I went to, they was like, nope. I was like, wait, hold it. The maintenance guy gets healthcare. How come your artists who you put most of your money into don't get healthcare? And they can never answer it. No, we just don't do that. So, go figure. I was the Obama of the 90s, man. I was trying to get healthcare for everybody.